Now I know it's been a while since I've uploaded one of these segments, and for good reason. First, I've had a burst of creativity constructing new stories around the material I have to work with. And secondly, I am well aware that these segments aren't anybody's favorite. Most prefer to simply enjoy the meal without having to consider and sit through the process of its conception. But just like anything else, there are multiple factors that make my fan edits possible, and I'm here to expound on one today. Welcome to another edition of Outside the Frame, the Bat Computer Interface. In an earlier segment, I discussed plot devices and the role they play in helping advance a story. And in the Bat Tracy universe, the Bat Computer Interface is undoubtedly the biggest contributing factor. Now I know the interface isn't anyone's favorite, and if there was a better way to relay information, I'd do it. But the content supply is simply not there. If the characters in these clips actively discussed motivations or purpose, then we'd have more to work with, but they don't. Plot and character development are about as scantily clad as some of the clothes these ladies wear on the set. One clip that comes to mind, off the top of my head, revolves around an interrogation for some missing diamonds. That's it. Using the Bat Computer Interface, I get to fill in the blanks. Motivations, desires, that purpose-driven life that anyone with a soul should have. As a result, the interface becomes the main driver of the story and serves as a catalyst for the character development. It's easy to build a story around a blank slate. So now that we know the why behind the interface, how does it accomplish advancing the plot? How does it develop a character? In terms of character development, there are at least two ways to go about this. At the base of the interface, we have the Criminal Database tab and the Allies tab, each of which contain profiles on individuals relative to the story being constructed. Quickly drumming up a profile for audiences to skim through can provide anything from physical statistics to previous crimes and current locations, all adjustable depending on the story. Devon is a classic example of a blank slate character that's made recurring appearances, sometimes as a random thug, and most recently, as a sister out for vengeance. Of course, I try and space out her appearances to help viewers adjust to the idea that it's a totally new character. I don't think it really works. As stated earlier, there is not much in the way of serviceable dialogue in the content.
I'm looking for Batgirl.
Well, you can't have her. She is all mine.
Hello? That doesn't look like... that... She looks like Batgirl to me!
So, the second way the interface develops characters is through meaningful dialogue. Oftentimes, Lucius or Commissioner Gordon will relay information to Batgirl regarding a certain character. These details can help flesh out simple things from physical descriptions and location to more personal details like motivations and desires. Having a more rounded character adds more depth to the content and gives viewers something of sustenance to chew on as they reflect on the character's motivations for doing what they do. Is there sympathy to be found, or are they truly beyond help? Similarly, plot development operates through the same channels on the interface to gain momentum. The fundamentals, who, what, when, where, and why, are divulged between characters using meaningful conversations. Through these conversations, I can mold a story around a relatively blank canvas of content that exists for no other purpose than to be visually gratifying. Now, through the interface and meaningful conversation, what was initially little more than a skin-tight catfight holds more weight because there is purpose and conviction driving the action. As I've said in previous segments, just because I've touched on a subject doesn't mean there isn't more to say on it, as my mind continues to think about the factors that go into producing these fan edits and the intricacies that lie within each factor. There's surely more to be discussed. As for the Bat Computer interface and its purpose, that is all for now. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around. This has been Outside the Frame.